For big power, you need a big coil. I'm Herman from Platinum Racing Products, and today I'm going to discuss our new kit options with the IGN35 ignition coil. Now, you're all familiar with our R35 coil kits. We've got them to suit everything. Evos, JZs, SRs, you name it. But up until now, we haven't released the IGN35 Big Boy coil kit on any of the universal straight stalk options that we've had. Why? The spark that these bad boys punch out rendered these insufficient. So we only offered them for the R35 coil. Now that we've developed the new Big Boy, we've solved a few problems. One of them, spark does not escape through the coil stalk, and it took us a while to get it there. But we've also had a lot of problems with the springs not staying in the stalk, sticking on the spark plug, being misguided on the plug. They were not perfect, and we came up with a way to get the spring to stay inside our new and improved coil stalk and stop the tearing and bits and pieces that we weren't happy with. So now, finally, we're happy to release our IGN35A straight stalk kit. That covers anything that's a universal straight stalk, all of the SRs, all of the 4 cylinders, anything universal, 1UZs, Coyotes, Cosworths, you name it, FJs, F-Series. We're slowly rolling it out onto the website now, but effectively they're available now and we can kit them up, and you can make over 2,000 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder with this U-Butte coil. You would have noticed they're already on lots of big RBs. They have the circuit racing records, they have the world time attack record, drag records, all sorts. These things make 4,000 horsepower on a 6-cylinder, and they are the best next thing you can get to a CDI unit. But for everyone that doesn't want to go CDI or doesn't need it, because we're talking big power, this is the solution for you. We've had our new revision coil stalk in testing for quite some time. The stalk and the spring come pre-assembled, and it's nearly impossible to get it out. To fit this coil stalk, all you do is you grab your stalk, install the bracket into the valley cover, cam cover, whatever you've got going, you drop it through, and as it pushes all the way onto the spark plug and you push it in, whatever protrudes out the top, 5mm, 10mm, you just cut off the base. We've got notches every 8 or so millimeters, so you just cut a notch off to ensure that you can seat it down fully. Be careful that you don't cut all the way through the spring. Once you have the spring exposed because you've cut off, for example, 2 notches, you might want to get to the next bunch section. So you cut it at a bunch section. That's what goes over the tip of the spark plug, and it gives you a really good contact. So you don't want to cut it all the way through when you are cutting them. Get a blade and just gently cut around the spring. If it's going to be a real short coil like an EJ20, for example, you don't want to let yourself not have tension on the spring as you bunch it up onto the spark plug internally, if that makes sense. So very easy to fit. They are a universal stalk. You do need to trim them to get them to suit your application, but they're very easy to use, and they are now bulletproof. The spring stays in there. We've fixed up all the niggly bits and pieces. Now you can confidently go and wind your SR up to 2,000 horsepower, make some jam, and run some records. For all you nutbag barra boys that make 2,000 or 3,000 horsepower, we've revised the spring issue for it not to come out. It now does not get stuck in the spark plug well, either on our PRP billet cam cover or on our coil kit, so you can safely start fitting these coils and go and make some big power with your barra, because we know they do. They need the big coils. At what point do you need to go from this to this? We get hit with this all the time. With this, you can chase the burn out of the cylinder. You can run a longer spark duration, and you can also not gap down your spark plug. So if your plug comes out as a 0.8 or a 1.1 and you find yourself gapping it to about 10 thou with the R35 coil, you can leave it alone. In fact, we recommend you running a surface discharge plug with this IGN coil, which give you an insane burn even with alcohol-based fuels, methanol included. We found an efficient engine likes the big coil, anything over about 800 or 1,000 horsepower in a 6-cylinder application. This will fix all of your dramas. Now, as far as our crate engines are concerned, the 800 horsepower crate engine will come out with this. Anything over and above 800 horsepower, it's this bad boy, and you will not look back after purchasing the IGN 35A coil because they do put out near 3 times the grunt. Make the decision, upgrade them now, and don't look back. You'll never have spark issues again.